those hands and lights can't stop me. I'll just hold on for dear life. Yeah, I can't give up this feeling that I get when looking down from the sky. Now with you, now with you, that I get when looking down from the sky. It's me now. Can't give up this feeling. It's me now. Can't give up this feeling. It's me now. Can't give up this feeling. And lights can't stop me. I'll just hold on for dear life. Yeah, I can't give up this feeling that I get when looking down from the sky. Now with you, now with you, give up this feeling. Those hands and lights can't stop me. I'll just hold on for dear life. Yeah, I can't give up this feeling that I get when looking down from the sky. Now with you, now with you, the sky. It's me now. Can't give up this feeling. It's me now. Can't give up this feeling. It's me now. Can't give up this feeling. And lights can't stop me. I'll just hold on for dear life. Yeah, I can't
Alright, welcome everyone to the match for this week for Overwatch. Have week 2 against the Monterey Whales here. The Madison team just played another Monterey team, or the Madison team just played another Monterey team last week and are looking for revenge against them. And this should be a very good match indeed. We will be getting started very shortly here, and we will get right into the match in just a bit here. Alright, to start off here, we have the Hanamura Map, and we have definitely seen this one from last week, but not from last week, from last season, but for those of you who are new, it is a fairly open map until you get to the very end here. We are playing on the Assault game mode here, so the first team will try to push the cart all the way to the end of the arena, and then they will switch sides and defend after that. To start off with here, you can see that they will be wanting to capture this first point here. Madison coming out with a fairly standard setup here. We have, it looks like XPL01 has the Lucio. We haven't seen that from Madison in quite a while, so we will see how that works out for them. We'll have to change their names. Alright, now as we get going here, Madison team defending first off with that big Reinhardt shield in the front. The wrecking ball comes from the behind them though, but it does not seem that Madison is fazed by it whatsoever. You can see there's a Genji up on the high ground there, but Doomfist coming up to try to defeat him. Frost able to push him back a little bit. Madison, however, is on the defensive. And the Doomfist from the enemy team does take out our Doomfist. Looks like the enemy is on the point right now. Are they able to get it on this first go? Looks like Madison's doing a pretty good job of holding them here. The Doomfist, getting the other Doomfist, that's a great pick from Frost right there. And uses his ult, but unfortunately does give up the point by doing so. And the ult comes down, the beat comes down from both sides here. And then the hammer comes down as well. And here's a quick fix to that camera there. And you can see that the Whales have been fairly successful in capturing this point, or in eliminating the Madison team, but Madison just is continuously inside the point, preventing them and slowing them down as much as possible. But it looks like finally the Whales, nope, the Doomfist right back in there, stopping the timer once again. And you can see that they are almost to that third checkpoint, but it's just not, they just can't push it over the edge there. You have the Reinhardt battling against the D.Va there, and the D.Va bomb, but it goes outside, but it still does manage to get an elimination on that Mercy. And another beat goes down from the Whale side. It's going to prove very difficult to eliminate any of their teammates at the moment. But Madison is just putting up such a fight for this first point. They are not going to have a lot. And you have the High Noon coming from Madison as well. Gets one shot off, but no eliminations there. Another Meteor Strike from Frost. Comes down, does quite a bit of damage. There's only 60 seconds remaining. Madison has done a fantastic job of keeping this point secured for them. And the Doomfists are now fighting each other. Unfortunately, Madison does go down there, but the Wrecking Ball is back. But it looks like Madison finally falls there with just a few seconds to go. A great first push from Madison, or first good defend from Madison, and now they'll move to the next point, which is notoriously difficult for the attacking team to get. So if Madison was able to do such a great job at that first point, I foresee great things from this point as well. And you see they're gonna try to come up this top side here, but Madison is already ready. But that hammer comes down on top of everyone with that immortality field, a perfectly placed one at that. But I don't believe it's going to be enough. We have a lot of ults coming out from the Whale side there. And they're gonna get, it looks like just 1/3 of the point here, maybe 2/3. Nope, Madison is back already. Their spawn is so close that it is not too difficult for them to get back into the fight. Got the immortality field coming out, as well as the damage amplification field, dealing massive damage to everyone that they shoot through it. The res comes from the Whale side, and they do manage to get the 2/3 point here. A very tough matchup between these two teams. Both teams are full. We got 2 down on Madison's side, but they will be the first ones to get their reinforcements. Got the immortality field buying some more time. We got the mech coming back for the D.Va. Ooh, but another 3-man Reinhardt ultimate from the Whales. But the Doomfist putting in some work as well. Another revive from the Whale side. Ooh, and the Meteor Strike eliminates the Doomfist from Madison. But this is just a fight to the bitter end, and the D.Va ult comes out, does not find an elimination. He comes down for the Whale side, but now for the Madison side as well. You see those shields absolutely massive for Madison. Got another ult coming out from the Whales side, getting a couple of eliminations from the Wrecking Ball. And uh-oh, it looks like Madison is falling very low. But it looks like one of the Whales team did DC, and so I went ahead and paused the match real quick here. And we will be right back after this short break while we try to get that last player back.
Those hands and lights can't stop me. I just hold on for dear life. Yeah, I can't give up this feeling that I get when looking down from the sky. Now with you, now with you,
Alrighty, and we are back. The player is now back, and we are back into the action with here. And it looks like Madison did end up pulling out ahead there. And it looks like Madison might be winning this fight. They have only 50 seconds left and need that last third to go. 45 seconds. Madison with 3 ultimates, and Monterey with 3 ultimates as well. 1 ultimate goes down for the Madison side. And it looks like they got 2 eliminations there right off the bat. They're not going to be able to get back in time for this one unless they really stall it. So I think Madison has this one in the bag as long as they focus down the other team here. Have 10 seconds remaining, and no one from their side is going to be able to make it here, I don't believe. It looks like actually they do get the Lucio back in here, and they might get one more chance. The Diva all comes out, but doesn't find any eliminations. And this is going to be a very intense battle. A 4-man Reinhardt ultimate, that is not good for the Madison side. But an ultimate comes out from the Lucio on Madison to prevent anyone from being eliminated, but the ultimate comes out from the Genji on Monterey's side, and that might turn the tide of the battle, and they might be able to capture this. But the ultimate coming out from a lot of different characters at the moment. And they are just so close, but they were able to get it, and so Monterey does capture it in overtime there. And with that exciting first round, it is clear now that we will have quite a game in store for us today.
Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Alrighty, and welcome back to the next round. Now the Madison team will be the ones who are attacking. All they need to do, it is no small feat, but they do need to capture both points since Monterey was able to do so as well. First off, they need to capture that first point. So the Wrecking Ball is quite in there for the Monterey team, and they do take down both of the tanks from the Monterey side, and so then they should be free to capture this point. The Doomfist fighting it out, and it looks like Madison will win that trade. And the Doomfist again from Frost is very powerful right now. And they, without contention, get this first point right off the bat. And so now they just need to move on to the second point. We have a Wrecking Ball counter out of position here. It's probably going to get eliminated, and it does so. I think the Monterey team is just trying to stall them a little bit here because they have a full 5 minutes and 45 seconds to get this next point. A whole 2 minutes more so than Madison did. And it looks like we actually had another DC from the Monterey team. And so we'll take a quick intermission while we try to get them back.
those hands and lights can't stop me. I just hold on for dear life. Yeah, I can't give up this feeling that I get when looking down from the sky. When I'm with you, when I'm with you,
Okay, I'm far.
that I get when looking down from the sky.
Alright, and we are back again. Hopefully we have a little bit less of the DCs going on here in the future. It looks like actually the Diva was somehow able to push off the Lucio there, and we have the fire in the hole coming from the Monterey team. Gets a double elimination right there, right off the bat. But you can see that Madison's actually secretly capturing the point over there. Got a little bit of a head start, but it's probably going to be whittled away there from having no one on the point.
Let me patch that up.
Alright, Madison team is going to regroup here. Moving over to this right side, just like Monterey did as well. And you can see the Reinhardt right off the bat here. Coming from Vrux. We have the names incorrect at the moment, unfortunately. They switched the computers on me. So this is actually Vrux, one of our new players, playing as the Reinhardt. Moving that shield up, you can see, is such a force to be reckoned with. He is unopposed at the moment, breaking his way through this. And doing a very good pin right there, but the regret on the backside there, actually a great flank from the Monterey team we missed, but was able to eliminate Madison pretty easily there. That flank by the Doomfist and the Brigette doing a lot of damage, and I don't think Madison was expecting that one. But Madison does have a very large advantage for ults. They just wasted one of them on the hamster mines up on the top here. Not sure if those are going to really do anything. You can see Madison's going to start moving up here from the front now, but you can hear that Riptire coming from the backside. Only gets one of them, actually, so not too bad of an outcome for Madison. And now they really have an advantage to these ultimates. There's a lot of fighting going on outside, actually. And another hammer down, getting hit by the 3, and the Monterey team will eliminate them right there. Madison's going to have to regroup there, but thankfully they didn't use a whole lot of their ultimates, so now they really have that advantage. 3 ultimates to only 1 on the Monterey side, with none even close in sight. Madison has 3 ults that are really close as well, so they are basically guaranteed to win this next team fight, which I think is what they're banking on, as they need to do one big push to get this point. So let's follow them here. We'll move to this perspective of Frost to start off with here. You have the Junkrat. You've seen him use that ultimate very well, and let's see the ultimate coming in here. Going to do a lot of damage, but does get eliminated by that Doomfist, unfortunately. And so now Madison is kind of on the defensive once again. We have that immortality field preventing everyone from dying. And the Reaper is coming up, but gets stunned right as he tries to use his ultimate there from the Brigette. And Madison is really struggling to get any eliminations at the moment, but they do end up getting the Mercy, which is a good pick. But is it going to be enough? It is not, it seems. We have the Moira using her ultimate here to try to stay alive, but I don't think it's going to be enough here. But she does stay alive for a long time. That was a Ghost right there, putting the moves on as always. But now the ultimates are now in favor of Monterey, so Madison not using that great of usage for those ultimates, and now the mines are coming in, plus another ultimate coming in from that Riptire. Gets 2, unfortunately can't block it with that shield. And Monterey is going to push Madison back once again. But Madison, if they can get a couple of eliminations here, that could be good for them. But it looks like they're just going to take the safe option and back up for the rest of their team. They only have 60 seconds left now, so they need to get this point secured in these 60 seconds, or else they will be losing this first round, this first match. Ooh, nice pick off on the wrecking ball, and an all coming out from the Bastion, but it's just not going to do enough damage, and that Doomfist really doing a great job of getting it behind them and cleaning up the back line. The ball going in once again. And Madison only has 15 seconds left. You have the Riptire coming in. Gets 2 eliminations. That might be what they need right here to be able to push in. And they are now on the point. Using the Diva ult. Gets 2. That was an amazing placement of that Diva ult by Dreamer right there. And now Madison has a fighting chance here. They have their 1 damage and 1 healer still in it, but they do get eliminated. Is there anyone that's able to get there? It doesn't appear so, and they will not win this next round. And so the Whales do win this first best of 3. A great showing by both teams, and we will see who got that play of the game. It looks like the Lucio, actually not a common character to be able to get this. And let's see how he did it. Oh, and it was that double elimination on the terrain there, pushing them off the side. And you can just see how much healing is done by Madison there. And the hero damage done, 14,000 damage from Frost right there. A great job. And we will be right back after a short break with the second game.
A couple of sets of grandparents have been following the team online. We all get in the chat room and give our high fives virtually, and so we're getting our own jerseys for the family. As soon as we saw the one that he got, we all wanted our very own.
That person right there, that's my son. They just wiped out the rest of the team.
That's play by Noah! And somehow!
We would get together and watch the Twitch stream like it was a professional event.
I have this cool jersey, I have this cool armrest. They made really close new friends through gaming, and this was an opportunity for them to be part of a team.
Get the right ball,
We get to feel like we're actually in the big leagues.
Good game.
Good.
those hands and lights can't stop me. I just hold on for dear life. Yeah, I can't give up this feeling that I get when looking down from this high. When I'm with you, when I'm with you, I'm with you, that I get when looking down from this high. It's me now. Can't give up this feeling. It's me now. Can't give up this feeling. It's me now. Can't give up this feeling. It's me now. Can't give up. Cause those hands and lights can't stop me. I'll just hold on for dear life. Yeah, I can't give up this feeling that I get when looking down from the sky. When I'm with you, when I'm with you, can't give up this
All right, we're getting right back into the next game. I have changed my voice so that we can go into the next round. We've moved maps, so now we are on Horizon Lunar Colony. It's another 2CP map, or assault map. These maps are loved and hated by a lot of the community and can be very tough. So we'll see what the Marvels can do with this troublesome map. As always, we're going to start off looking at what the team is going to pick. The team composition is one of the big things that Overwatch is all about. Each character has their own strengths and weaknesses, and it's on the Marvels to try to pick a team composition that will suit them. And so looking at, we got Lucio Zenyatta supports. We got Soldier 76 and Doomfist as our damages, and then Wrecking Ball and Reinhardt as our tanks. Looks like this is a very aggressive strategy coming out from the Marvels with the Zenyatta Discord Orb and Soldier able to shoot out shots from a distance, all gathering up on the Reinhardt with half shield already as we push into the objective. Trying to find a cleave off on the team, electing to go around to try to use the cover of the map to find their footing, moving up, but the Mbe Whales are trying to push them back. There is a slight height advantage the Mbe Whales have, and they find the Reinhardt and the Zenyatta off on to the Marvels team. And Doomfist and the Marvels lose that, unfortunately. Frost unable to find something off on the enemy Doomfist, and it looks like the Marvels will have to come back for another fight. But it looks like we had our Soldier 76 still in the game, trying to find a little bit of more damage in there. It's going to be played by Prex. Prex trying to get some play in there. Marvels are regrouping, staying behind the shield. Unfortunately, the shield goes down, and it looks like Luigi goes down to the range. Zenyatta has proven to be, always been a very squishy character with low health levels, so relies heavily on that Reinhardt. The Mbe Whales try to open up a window from the Baptiste, but does not find anything and retreats back. I think the Mbe Whales are expecting ults to come out from the Marvels, and instead they choose to save their ults as the ults come out from the Marvels team. Earth Shatter comes out, 3 down to the Marvels team, or to the Mbe Gold, I'm sorry. As their ults come out, and the Marvels get shut down in their attempt, it seems. Trying to find some picks, trying to come back, but unfortunately get wiped to the Mbe Gold team. Ults here were a big factor to the fight, as the Mbe Gold tried to save all of their ults for the fight. Looks like Prex is trying to get in, is supported by what looks to be Dreamer playing on Reinhardt. Sorry about that. The Marvels are going to have to find some way to counteract this height advantage the Mbe Gold seem to really have. And this right here is one of the reasons why 2 CP maps or 2 checkpoint or assault maps are very tough for a lot of players. You have these really tight corridors with very good advantages for the defending team, and the defending team only needs to look in one direction and fire everything they got. Oh, a Bastion ult comes out on the map Mbe Whales and gets shut down by one of the Junkrat player, played by Frost. The big ult, lots of ults coming out from the Marvels team. Looks like they are outnumbering them at this point. Ults come out. The Doomfist goes down. This is the big play. One of their big damagers is going down to the Marvels team. The Mbe Golds are trying to find last grips on it as the Marvels team are seeming to take the objective. Still trying to get as much damage as they can out, trying to hold by. We go into overtime mode. The Marvels are just trying to eke by, trying to keep on the objective. A lot go down to the Doomfist, the Mercy Res, and the Reinhardt. Can the Marvels stay in it? And it looks like they just aren't able to hold on for the first point, and the round goes to the Mbe Gold. An unfortunate fight. Again, as I've said, this is one of those tough things that we see on the 2 CP maps. Horizon Lunar Colony is one of them. All these really tough choke points that are just hard to look through. Defense clearly has an advantage. Fixing up a couple things here with our audio as we get into the next round. We'll see how the Marvels are able to come back. Looks like we're having a couple technical issues. Apologies for that, as we're still going live.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Looks like the Marvels are electing to keep a pretty consistent team strategy here, as we have a Junkrat and a Soldier is probably one of the bigger things here. Junkrat, Soldier, Baptiste all have very good ranged damage. And they're going to use the same strategy that the Mbe Gold had. Seemed to be working for them. Hopefully it'll work for us as we try to take the high ground. This is a very common thing. I've been kind of narking on the maps, but again, this is a very common thing that you see for these maps. I want to point out the Wrecking Ball coming in for the flank, trying to get some boops off to knock them off and distract them. Let's see if it's starting to successfully work, as the Marvels are trying to group up on the Wrecking Ball, which gives the Mbe Gold a chance to move in. The Marvels need to push back just enough force. A Brigitte finds out two with the Reinhardt and the Soldier, and a third on the Baptiste for the Marvels. Looks like the Marvels are going to lose this round very quickly, as the Mbe Whales only needed to match where the Marvels were to win the round there. And that game goes to the Mbe Whales. And unfortunately, after 2 losses from the Marvels, the match and the game today goes to the Mbe Gold. A very hard fought victory. Seen awesome play coming out from Frost, getting 3 off with just lobbing in some grenades. Obviously, all with the team all grouped up, able to find a lot of picks. But unfortunately, the Marvels were just not able to push back their wall on the 2CP map. As this is the XP League, we're hoping to go for a friendly match, but we're going to make sure that we can coordinate with everyone. And at the time, we do have enough time for a friendly, so we're hoping to get a lot of good practice in. The Mbe Whales have proven to be a very hard-fought team. Got a little banter going in. It's very, very good to see some good positive communication coming out from both teams. As we look to go for a friendly match, hopefully. We're always looking to up our game, always looking to learn. And in the second week, we've still got a lot to go. We got a lot whole season. We're looking for a 9-week season, and we're in only on week 2. So we got plenty more season to come by.
Those hands and lights can't stop me. I'll just hold on for dear life. Yeah, I can't give up this feeling that I get when looking down from the sky. Alrighty, we're getting back into it. We're going to a friendly round 3. The teams have elected to move on over to Temple of Anubis. As I was talking about the maps, I cannot get enough of it. The Horizon Lunar Colony and Paris map that we were planning on doing, both of those are usually banned in competitive game modes in Overwatch because the maps have proven to be very tough for players to play in and play against. As we saw, there was a lot of play around one certain area, and once they got through that area, it was game over. And that is something that the Overwatch tries to avoid in competitive modes. And so we've elected to switch to a different 2CP assault map. This is Temple of Anubis. Still has some of the problems that I've mentioned before, but usually these ones are not banned in competitive and can be a little bit more forgiving. So see here we got the Monterey Whales
oh, excuse me. The Marvels are defending. They've elected to choose Bastion. Seeing Frost on Bastion, I know is one that he doesn't play very often. I think they're just trying some stuff out, trying to give them a taste of their own medicine as the Whales try to elect to go take the flanking route, as the Marvels swivel to try to counteract that. Successfully pushing them back, holding the objective as it goes. Like they're successfully holding them back. The Whales are trying to split them up, and we hear the call just from the other room that it is a distraction, and it looks like it might be a successful one, as the Marvels are forced to back up to their point. It's a very good distraction coming off the Mbay walls. Many go down to the Mbay whales. 3, 4, 5 down to the Whales, as the Whales manage to take the point. I don't think the Marvels are going to be able to put on their zoomies and head on over to the point. So we're going to set up ready for the next map, next objective, excuse me. As the Mbay Whales are steamrolling, it seems, into the next point. Frost setting up on a high ground, trying to get good objective view. As it looks like the Brigitte comes in, ulting in, supporting their team. Lucio ult comes out from the Marvels team, trying to counteract. Reinhardt ult comes down, hits the Diva, takes 2 down, takes 3 down, takes 4, 5, as another, Riptire comes out and demolishes the Marvels team. Last we have here a Lucio able to wall ride and jump around, speed boost, trying to hold the point as best they can, but unfortunately goes down. Big Diva Bomb coming out, trying to hits their main healer. We have Dreamer trying to push in, trying to make something happen as they go in, gets D-Mech, and just trying to hold the point as best as possible. Baptiste window comes out, and a Doomfist out counters off the Soldier 76 ultimate. And I don't know if, with 2 more down coming off the Junkrat, it looks like the Marvels are struggling to find that objective. Too many ults were countered, too many ults were stopped and hit and found their mark coming off the Monterey Whales. And the Marvels go down pretty quickly here.
Initiating match.
Let's see if the Marvels can make as much headway as the Whales did. Because the Whales were able to capture both objectives, if the Marvels were able to capture both objectives in their allotted time, we will go to a 3rd round for a tiebreaker to see each team will get a specific allotted time based on the remaining time from their 2 rounds. So it is in the best interest of the Marvels to try to steamroll their way into each objective and get as little time fighting as possible. Again, we see a Reinhardt Diva combo along with Baptiste and other trying to find some aggressive strategy here. This is a very good play from the Diva, able to clip through the truck, motivating and dancing for the team. Love to see it. As it looks like Tech's trying to push forward a little bit early. Dreamer pushing in, trying to get a couple picks off. Gets pinned off by the Reinhardt back into their objective, but leaves the Reinhardt out of position. Unfortunately, the Diva, played by Dreamer, I believe, still gets D-Mech. Mbay Whales, Reinhardt charges in, gets slept and anti-nated. It looks like it's going to be defeat, but still finds his 2, 3 kills off on the Marvels team. We see a lot of aggression coming off of our Soldier 76 and our as Prex and some of our squishy targets. We want to make sure that the Marvels are able to push up with their shields, push up with their tanks that can absorb a lot of damage. As Dreamer pushes in, the Embe Whale's Doomfist pushes in as well, counteracting each other, and Diva gets demexed by the Doomfist. And a fight ensues as the Marvel's trying to push back the offensive of the Embe Whales. An ult comes off the Embe Whales' Mercy, allowing them to be more willy-nilly with their plays, supporting their health, keeping them up. And the Embe Whales progress even further. This is a good play coming off from the Embe Whales. If you have the space, you want to take it. And so they elect to do that. We'll see if the Marvels can push them back just with enough ferocity as they have. We're watching here, I believe to be Frost pushing up with the Doomfist. Trying to get some picks. Gets one off the Junkrat. Yes, the Junkrat. Dreamer finds one on the Soldier. Able to come in, but the Embe Whale's Doomfist ulting in, able to cause a lot of commotion on the point as the Marvels are trying to push them back. They need to fire, they need to find focus here so that they can knock down the Whales one by one. Ult comes off of the Wrecking Ball, trying to counteract. We'll see if they are able to survive here as two go down. Both the healers down on the Marvels. It's going to spell defeat for them as they are not able to sustain the fight, and the Monterey Whales do take the victory on that fight to see if the Marvels can come back again. The clock is ticking. As I said, it is in the Marvels' favor to try to get it as quickly as possible as we go down to about a minute left in this round. Marvels need to at least take this objective so that they can get a little bit of a time boost. But again, we need to see a lot more coordination, a lot more pushing with the tanks before the Marvels are able to make some headway. Reinhardt pushes on Reinhardt, and with a hammer that does lots of damage and is powered by rockets, it does plenty of damage to overwhelm the shielding Reinhardt. Marvels are electing to try and wait for teams to respawn to recollect. Reinhardt, the Embe Whales Reinhardt out of position, gets picked off. As the Doomfist ult finds two off of Frost. This could be the headway that Marvels are looking for as they go 3 ticks, or first tick up on the objective, as the Embe Whales ult on the Lucio to try to counteract this. It's a Lucio and Mercy, not able to do too much damage. The Doomfist ult comes out to try to counteract, but the Marvels are able to almost eke it out. They get the 2 supports off. The Doomfist is still wreaking havoc. The Reinhardt comes out with a big ult, hitting 3, charges in, annihilates the Ana. It's a back and forth fight as the Embe Whales are coming back, and unfortunately the respawn on the Whales allowed them to come back and take the objective as the time was running out, giving the Whales the second round and victors for the 3rd friendly match. You see, a lot was done by this Doomfist character. Many ults were hitting very many players. Hits 2 here, even counteracts the Soldier 76 ultimate that was in the midst of happening and got 2, but didn't get any further because of the Doomfist ult. An amazing play from both teams. And that will be what we got for you today. It was an amazing matchup from the Marvels, the closest we've seen so far from the Marvels Gold team. We've got a lot to work on as we get into the second week and beyond, but I think this is a good example of what we can expect to see from the Marvels as they get better and better in the weeks to come. I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight and watching the game. We've had a good one. I've been second Cayman today, and we'll look forward to some games tomorrow. We got Rocket League, we got Overwatch, we got Fortnite as our last game of the season for Fortnite, as well as some plenty more others coming at you. We also, I want to mention as well, because the Fortnite season is ending, we are holding a lot of Fortnite tryouts in the meantime. So if you're looking to get some Fortnite in there, we would love to have you for some tryouts to see if you got what it takes and be on a team. So we want to thank you all for coming. We'll see you tomorrow.